Hello and welcome to another episode of Sales Page Teardown. Today we're going to take a little look at first a Facebook post. Wait a minute, is this not on? Oh yeah, okay, we're good. All right, first we're going to take a look at the Facebook post that sends people to the application page. Then we're going to take a little look at the application page. This is for a, what is it, like a coach intimacy and connection salon thing for coaches. Okay, so let's dive in and take a look because there's some darn good copy in here that you can learn from. It starts off, so this is a Facebook post from the woman leading the coach. Are you a coach wanting to deepen your practice? Last year, John Wineland and I started teaching deep intimacy and embodiment practices to some of the best coaches on the planet. This is a cool opening, especially for Facebook, because it's basically just being like, hey, everybody, here's a thing I've been up to. It's just casual. And then they dive immediately into, we were leading groups of 100 to 200 people at a time, and the overwhelming responses were things like, I've never done anything like that. So this is great. So they're diving straight from just like the casual opener to they're immediately establishing authority and social proof, saying, hey, this is a thing that a bunch of other people were going to, and they all liked it. And so then they, adding the quotes of, oh, this is the type of things people were saying, immediately injects, the benefits of what they're talking about. So there's a reason why you should care about what she's talking about, because like, look how excited people are about this. Oh, it's by far the deepest work I've ever done. So it's the benefits, and it injects some emotion, because they're talking about the responses they got, and there's excitement behind that. And then they go a level deeper and are like, oh, and by the way, this is happening to facilitators and coaches who have been doing this kind of work for decades. So adding even more legitimacy, even more authority, and just getting you to go like, ooh, this is sounding pretty cool. And you don't even know what it is yet, really. Let's see. And then they do more to pump it up and say like, oh, this is happening. After experiencing just 2 or 3 hours of this work, we're getting dozens of emails saying these experiences have totally transformed their personal relationships and relationships with their clients. So boom, even more benefits of it's helping you at home, it's helping you at work, and all this is happening in just 3 hours. So they're really doing a great job of pumping up what their offer is and the benefits of working with them. And then here's what I really like too, is after making these claims of like, oh, people are super excited about the work we're doing, what do? They show some damn proof. I love this. It kind of drives me nuts when sometimes you look on a sales page and they'll make all these amazing claims about what they can do, and then the testimonials are just buried at the bottom, and the testimonials aren't, like, they're not really organized in any way. There's no like headlines to call out exactly what they're talking about. It's just these testimonials of text that they expect you to read, and some people might not. Basically, testimonials are some of the most powerful selling tools you have in your arsenal, and to bury them at the bottom is silly. So putting them right up here is very smart. When you're back, they're making a claim of what they can do, backing up with proof, and they're not allowing like this seed of doubt to manifest and linger, which it would have otherwise. Otherwise, it's like, oh yeah, you say you're teaching people, but you're full of it. So that stomps that out by having the proof up there initially. All right. So now they talk about, move on to, and because of popular demand, we created this brand new program. Okay, cool. And then they dive straight. I'm a little curious about the placement here. They dive straight into, warning, before you do this program, here's who this program's not for. Again, I'm just not sure on why it's here, but let's look at their reasons. Okay, this is not everyone wants to go this deep. Not everyone's willing. Not everyone's committed to this level of authenticity and vulnerability. Not everyone's willing to devote themselves to love in this way. We guarantee to push you past your comfort zone. We guarantee you will hate us at some point during these 6 months. That's kind of fun. And we guarantee you will feel uncomfortable. Okay. So this is, I think the point's pretty solid. one change I would make, seems to me an example of a lot of times when you're writing, a great way to make your writing better and more powerful is to ask, can you say the same thing in half the amount of words? And I think this is an example where they could do that. You could say, like, this program is not for anyone. Not everyone is committed to their growth, and you're going to be pushed out of your comfort zone. If you're not okay with that, don't join. It's basically saying all of this in 1 or 2 sentences as opposed to 6 lines. And why you want to do that is if you're just kind of like repeating the same stuff, or like it just kind of drags on and your reader starts to get bored. And if they start to get bored, then they're not going to keep reading. So by tightening your copy and, saying in something in 2 lines as opposed to 6 is going to make the reader all of a sudden be at the buy now button, feeling that they should buy now. Oh, and plus, so they got all that excitement into them from the testimonials and the quotes earlier, and now that kind of loses steam if the writing's kind of dragging. Like I'm losing steam right now as I'm explaining the same thing over and over. Anyway, so then they go into, okay, who this is actually for, coaches and facilitators. Again, one change I'd make right here is just to be more clear on, okay, what kind of coach, what kind of facilitator? Like relationship coach, life coach, baseball coach, what are you talking about here? Is it all of them? Great. Just be more specific on the examples I would think would be helpful, especially, okay, I'll move on. And then it goes into the bullets of, some benefits you get from joining it. Not bad. And then the click here to set up a call with us. All right, so you click on that, and here's the page you get. This is on John Wineland's site, the application page. Now, all right, let's go into what's looking good here. This is a great page for, it's very clear on what you're getting. Okay, it's a relationship, an intimacy salon, and boom, they just tell you straight up what it is, who's leading it. Great. And then here's what I like. They divide the sections into, this is the 6 things you're learning. And they're putting it in this, they're kind of making it more visual, making it easy to understand. It's easier to drive home what you're getting. And then once they introduce it, they then go into more detail of, embodiment, this is what we mean by embodiment. This is a bit more of what we're talking about and why you should care. And that's all lovely. And then another thing they do they talk more about what's in it, some good stuff. And then another thing they do that's smart is then divide up why this is good for women, why this is good for men. The language of the headlines I think is a little confusing because I read for her, and I'm like, what do you mean for her? Are you saying this is how it benefits my female clients? This is how it benefits my girlfriend? What are you talking about? It's just a little vague, just being a little bit more on the top, here's why this is great for women, here's why this is great for men. Cut out you in your sales page, you don't want your prospect to get confused, to start to stumble, to question things, because it just pulls them away from the sale. You want them to keep driving towards the sale seamlessly. Like I said, so before they know it, they're just feeling eager to buy, and all that's in front of them is this big purchase button. But yeah, just the fact that they break it up into clear sections of why it's good for women, why it's good for men. Smart stuff. All right. And now here's the one change I would want to make here is, 2 little changes. One is they talk about, okay, it's $6,000 in full, and if you join together, it's $10,000. So one is to just be explicit with the fact that, hey, if you're joining with a couple, you get to save $1,500. You don't want to make them connect the dots. This is a selling point. Hey, you can save money. Cool. Don't you like saving money? Don't be a chump and miss out on your chance to save money. That's, people love a bargain. So play that up a bit more. And the other part, this it's kind of drove me nuts when I saw it. At the very end, limited to 14 participants, and it's by application only. Oh man, that is such a big selling point. Going back to the Facebook post where they talk about how they've done this a bunch of times. Each time it was 100 to 200 people, and the people were loving about it. Okay, so you've now got, like, I don't know, 500 plus people all raving about the work they're doing. And you took, painstakingly created this super program to go in real deep. But the catch is only 14 people can go. Just really play this up. Maybe even put this in the headline. I would have loved to see, like, at some point, maybe like a screenshot of an email of someone being like, "Oh my God, this is amazing. What are you guys doing? Anything more? I'd love to join." I'm sure they're getting emails like that. I'm somewhat familiar with the work they're doing, and I know it's good stuff. So yeah, playing this up is just going to add two things. One, exclusivity. It is, you are joining this super awesome club that no one else is going to get to. Only 13 other people, out of the hundreds that love it, out of the thousands, tens of thousands that would also benefit from it. You're just a small. You're just part of the small group. So that's one part. The other part is it adds urgency. You can be like, hey, by the way, there's only 14 people, and it's going to be a first come, first served basis. You don't have to decide right now if you have to pay for it. That's another powerful point is, let's get them filling out the application and making them see why they want it. Get them in writing in their own head, like putting out the reasons why that they want it. So that'll make them lathered up for the sale even more. So yeah, you don't have to make up your decision now. You can do that later. Right now, just apply. Because if you don't apply right now, you are going to lose your chance. Not quite that aggressive language I made, but just make it clear that, hey, this, only 14 seats and they're going to go fast, so you better apply right now. And then the other part of this being by application only, that would be another part I would want to play up a bit more. Because then you're saying, like, listen, this is the best of the best. This is hand-picked people. Maybe go into your application process a bit more and, make them really feel special. Like, if you get into this, like, you're freaking, yeah, you're an important top dog. Maybe not so much that it feels unattainable, but it's something that they can aspire to and hope for. So yeah, basically, if you got a big selling point, like space is limited, that's a great way to create urgency. It's a great way to create exclusivity, which are both big selling points, and let them feel special by knowing the painstaking application process if you have one. That will do it for this sales journey. For more videos, sales page teardowns, and other just copy tips and advice to see what people in the personal development world are doing well in their copy and how to make yours even better, you can check out my site, thepdcopywriter.com. I post up there every now and then. And if you have any questions, if you learned anything particularly useful, feel free to shoot me an email. It's fun chatting. So until next time, happy selling.